What we're doing for our Make a Difference Day at Montego Elementary is creating a trail from the school to the ball fields, and at one of the lowest places, as you can see, we've got a little creek running around. So we are going to navigate and create a bridge over this, and somebody's going to get wet.
Okay, the more I do that, the more we'll have to lift on that end. Because it's already pointed downhill. Like that. Hey Barry, could you talk to the shovel?
Oh yeah, good. You want this spear? Get one of the. I think he's got a.
The men folk are getting to build a bridge. There's excitement in the air. And us girls are hanging out. Nate Wilson is in charge of it. He's from the University of the South Domain. He's pretty skilled at this. We got Patrick Dean from the Mountain Goat Trail here. Several people from the community, menfolk from the community, from the building trades. We're trying to make it level. We got our kids here hanging out. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to make a bridge over a creek, now you know. They built the frame in advance. Now they're trying to make it level. It's a little chilly this morning, so I really hope somebody falls in the creek. As you can see the trail, thank you, I believe, to Gary Ray Rose for donating the materials for the trail, the gravel. And they're up back at the front off of Moffett Street, spreading that. They've got a whole group there spreading that and coming this way. And the goal is to have the bridge ready when they come this way. We've got a lot of volunteers today at Montego Elementary. It's very exciting. Make a Difference Day. We'd like to thank the South Cumberland Community Fund for donating to this effort. It's a great community-wide across the plateau. Every elementary school has a project. Montego Elementary has 5 projects, if I remember correctly. We've got some gardening. I saw Jessica Blaylock over at the gardening area. She's our city councilwoman. She had her gardening boots on. I'll probably pop by over there after we get this exciting bridge done. This is fascinating. You know you're a trail geek when you get excited about a bridge over a creek. And I guess you would call this a spur from the Mountain Goat Trail. We did one from, well, the Eagle Scouts did it from St. Andrews to Sewanee. That was Ian Prunty's project. And then we took it from Montego to St. Andrews a couple years ago. And this is a spur that takes it from the elementary school to the ball fields here in Montego. So we have safe walking trails for the kids. And of course, being outside. I mean, you can't be unhappy being outside.
This whole
science teacher Brian Masters, who's been the liaison, is helping coordinate the effort with Montego Elementary. Kudos to him. Principal Janet Lane, kudos to her for being a part of this exciting process.
I'll just fill y'all in on the rest of the plan as it is. The two 5/4 boards on the bottom represent where vertical posts are going to go for the railing. If I did my planning right, this plus 1/4 to 3/8 inches ought to be 2 boards. And so my thought was to start with 2 boards on each end, put a vertical post, and then start running so we minimize the number of cuts I've got to make, custom cuts. We can run from both directions, and even if we got to rip one in the middle, that would get everybody working. I brought a 16 penny nails to put the decking down, and we got a good half dozen hammers. So that was my thought. And we'll get so we could have a couple of folks nailing from both ends, and then the posts need to be drilled and set, and I've got carriage bolts to do that with. They're already cut to length, so it's just a matter of setting them in place. I'm actually going to go get a drill. It works. All right, we're done. Let's go home.
There's Nate. Happy birthday, Nate.
Thank you. Yesterday.
I know. It's a whole week. Okay, I think they've got it leveled. Once again, this is a Make a Difference Day project at the Montego Elementary School. They're creating a trail from the school to the ball fields, the Montego ball fields. A safe trail, and obviously there's a low spot. And this is the gang spreading the rock. They're quick. Once again, thanks to Gary Ray Rose for his donation to the project. And thank you to the South Cumberland Community Fund for their donation too. I believe each school got $1,000, or at least submitted a budget for $1,000 or less. I think Montego's, according to Brian Masters at our interview, I think we had a budget for $600, and that was for this project. The crew is crossing the stream at the best part. Still waiting for somebody to fall in and play in it. As you can see, the trail continues that way. They're spreading the gravel.
Alright, this way. Where'd Carter go? Oh, there he is.
So great to have a group of community members together doing things for the children.
Is that a camera?
We're live.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? This is a great project.
Excellent project.
I covered it for the city council meeting, whatever night that was. Anyway, they used to use this like years ago, this trail.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm glad to bring it back.
Yeah, really. And there was another bridge somewhere.
I'm fascinated by this bridge building. is passing over here, heading up that way.
But we're not even on the rock there.
Got people working hard. And it's a beautiful day. The good Lord gave us a beautiful day to work.
Also got the scraps of 5 quarters sometime. Those would be helpful.
So if you want to try this at home, it's kind of like a YouTube video, right?
Go get Tim. Tim Strom will pick this up by himself. Yeah, he said there's always ready to get a little bit of this right here.
That old bridge.
Nate
This is where
had,
the old one was?
That's what the two,
there's Leslie. She's covering it for the messenger.
Oh, I see, yeah.
and the creek I think is just moved.
Gotcha.
Anybody got any pictures of the old bridge?
Yeah, I'd like to have a picture of the old bridge. That'd be
Are you here, Ted? Aw, Devin, miss you too, baby.
Well, we need to come here and sit this one. Ours looks good, don't you?
You gotta go down over there or up.
Well, you got some roots right here.
Once again, as we were saying, Nate had all of this pre-done, so the fellas just have to fit it in, make it work. Made it kind of painless.
I get that backside a little bit because we're getting an angle that, yeah.
We're getting into the spring season. We're working outdoors is kind of a ritual around here, I'm sure everywhere. So once again, we've got a sunshiny day today to do our Make a Difference Day projects. Once again, Make a Difference is all across the plateau. At every elementary school, there's a project going on. I'm at the Montego Elementary School project. The South Cumberland Community Fund started this Make a Difference Day last year for just a couple of projects, and they expanded it to include all of the elementary schools, where parents and neighbors and volunteers and kids all can be a part of the process. And our kids are learning how to build a bridge.
Go ahead and put that other one on. Yeah.
Oh, baby. If you're looking for something to do in the back of the truck, there are 2 10-foot sticks and a pair of
Putting the kids to work. Go, Nate.
cut them in half.
Now the thing is,
There's tape measure in the toolbox. You can measure. They're 10-foot sticks, so 5 foot should be the middle.
do we care about it being level?
I don't think it needs to be perfectly level that way, but I think side to side,
Side to side, we're good here.
yeah. That my fear is that we don't get it pretty good side to side. If somebody were to run a bicycle on it in the wet, it'd slip out from under them.
Going this way, we don't have to worry that much.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be riding on my bicycle and falling in the creek, but that'd probably be part of the fun.
Try to get that back far. Probably.
Obviously, here in Montego, we encourage outdoor activities as much as we can. When you live in paradise, it kind of goes hand in hand. And all across the plateau. This also starts the March of Fitness. It's the Ag Department. UT Extension Office is having March Walk Across Grundy. So I bet this could qualify for Miles Walk when you do physical activity. They've got a chart that you can use. 5-man teams, ends at the end of March. See, now the fellow's tools come in handy.
It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're
Man, they're quick. They already gotten passed up there. They're on their way. We're going to take a break at 10 a.m. I'm probably going to head over to the school and check out our gardening project. And they're also cleaning the artwork on the front of the building of Montego Elementary School. So we'll take a look at that. They're doing thank you cards in the library to our first responders. That's another project that the principal, Janet Lane, has spearheaded. And that's an awesome idea, because our first responders make a difference every day.
All right.
I'm going to have to get out of the way, I think.
So let's see. I am cutting some blocks. We need that thing that was holding it square can come off. That board can come off. It's screwed. Yeah, I just gave it the bearing.
Oh, they're doing the power tools now.
Always put the blade on the right way.
There's still time to get involved if you want to pop on over to any of your elementary schools here on the plateau. I'm sure they'd be welcome to help. Still projects going on.
Marketing guys would want everybody to see their brand of saw through the whole thing. I guess not.
Nate's always thinking, marketing guys, saw, yeah.
I think we'll need to at the same time have another crew carriage bolting the 4x4s in place. So both of those get some of them on each side. Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm going to get out of the way.
So much better that way.
Kids putting in some muscle. They probably helped Dad before, or Mom.
She didn't mean to. It's hard. She just looked at me and said, watch this. Alright guys, these are 3-inch spacers, so they should tell you where to put the block. But given that I've freehanded all these cuts, let's do it only off of this side. That way at least it looks straight if it's and they are freehanded, so try to be kind and hide my imperfections.
Yeah, but if you did,
Which I'm sure are many.
Dad, the long ones are good?
No, the long ones are for
We need to turn those with
the long ones are for the railing.
turn them all the same way.
Let's see.
So we need to turn those up to the...
Depends on whether you believe the old timers or not. The old timers always say
See, I think it wasn't 10 foot originally.
I think it probably wouldn't hurt.
See, because these must have been our measurement size.
I've got bits down here.
saying, this will be here for a very long time. That's one of the great things about making trails is that it can be enjoyed for generations and generations. Truly making a difference. Once again, we are here with Monteagle Elementary School volunteers for the Make a Difference Day, March 4th Make a Difference Day, sponsored by the South Cumberland Community Fund. They have given over $750,000 to the community in these past 5 years for projects all across the plateau. Truly making a difference.
I got water for food.
Alright, so I should have, for 4x4s, I was going to line them up. Let's go ahead and attach these first two, is my thought. We're nailing them down. There's a box of 5 pounds of nails there, and I got plenty of hammers. Let's see what we should use for a spacer. Yeah, I've got another one of those.
You enjoying yourself so far, honey?
Yes.
This is a fun project, isn't it?
Yep.
This is your school.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're one of our bike riders, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That is awesome. We got the Boy Scouts here,
Okay,
as you
that's
can
fine.
see. Trying to stay out
Hang
of the
on,
way.
one more thing. I am slightly out of my order operation.
Love the Boy Scouts.
Would you mind drilling us 2 holes right in between the blocks, and we'll ram this rebar down so we'll pin the bridge in place. No, I think you're fine. Just somewhere in between the two here, maybe.
If I don't watch it, I'll be the person falling into the creeks. So let me just kind of move this
Ooh,
way.
that's 3/8 rebar. I may need to give you a 1/2 inch bit. Hey, Eli, we'll run up and grab a 1/2 inch boring bit. I don't think these are going to fit. And he's going to get you a 1/2 inch. Hey, Eli, there's a hand sledge in the front of the truck as well, I think. Sorry, I got my order operation.
Looks like they're coming back.
But those will hammer in until they're 3 or 4 inches sticking up, and then we'll hammer them over to the side to hold it in place. And then we'll be able to nail it.
So this is our spacer?
Yes, I think so. I got a couple of them.
I'm gonna pop through here, Patrick. So sorry.
You show me.
Well, Facebook.
Gotta be careful.
That's the easiest tool ever.
I need to get somebody to come talk to you on TV about the walk around
Yeah.
Purple Lake.
Absolutely.
Maybe Haynes from that.
Yeah, I love to have hands.
That's really good.
Yeah, that'd be great.
He's elusive, you know, like tracking.
Yeah.
Likes to hide up in the attic.
You can't hide. You can always have David.
So can you put the poles on?
Right, David?
Well, my thought is we could put the first 2, and then I was going to butt the poles up against
Well,
them, so
drinking
we
water's
didn't have to
gotta
do
go
a
over
custom
gravy,
cut
though.
on that one.
Okay.
And then we'll space ourselves out and just start running. And I brought a chainsaw to custom cut and the cordless saw to custom cut the ones that need cutting.
Nate needs his own TV show,
No,
doesn't he?
3/8 is what we're using. We need half.
Nate needs his own TV show, doesn't he?
It might be a half inch.
That 1/2 inch bit is the one that's not in the bag. It's
Yeah,
up there.
it's up there. Here, I'll put it. I found a half inch.
They say organization.
It is.
That's
That in order of operations.
That's why I teach you money well.
I failed on both regards.
Yes, you do, Brian. I hear you're, scary.
Place for everything and everything in place.
Yeah, and
That's called the top of my desk.
what those Sam were saying, we probably drilling them at an angle and hammering at an angle is probably good because we're probably going to hit rock.
Are you guys still building the bridge?
Ask Eli if I'm scary.
Are you
I'm not scary.
Are you scared? I think the science teacher's scary.
Can be.
Can be.
Oh. Doing it for 30.
When I need to.
How many years you been teaching, Brian, scaring kids?
30.
All right. Must be doing something right.
Scaring kids for 30 years.
Learning about science in the meantime.
A little bit. Heather.
Couldn't find the sledge. Okay, well, we got enough hammers.
No, we got a big sledge.
Oh, that worked. Yeah, that worked.
You can hold your own.
He's a banker.
Barry, you ever used a hammer?
What is that?
It goes the other way.
Hey, AJ, how's the work around here doing?
When you've been behind that desk as long as you
The joy of rebar.
Is there any gas lines in here? Yeah, I doubt they'd run it. Hold that, Robbie. Oh, heck no. Rock. There we go. Keep going. You're doing good.
Hitting rock on the mountain. Go figure.
That's why I hit it this way.
You haven't waited till you've tried to dig something here on our beautiful plateau.
Where's Jaden at with his sledge?
There you go. Heavier hammer. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bend her on over. Yeah, bend her down. Bend her down. Let me get one right here. Give you a break. I'm good right now. When he hits that rock, you'll let you take it. Oh, you're getting a little earlier than I did. Joe Biden 2020.
Jaden! You're a little late for that. We already got him in.
Always a pleasure work.
We got ours done. Come on, Lee.
I'm hitting it right.
Y'all are killing me. Talk to Gary Ray Rhodes about that.
We got the first two on one left in that. It's just folded over.
Oh, well.
I will need it eventually more than often.
Getting lost in the woods.
Where you got these post steps?
They are all sitting right there. They've all got a carrot at 40 inches. So if we put the carrot on top of the deck, on top of the framing, then that should give us right at 40 inches. We had an inch for decking and an inch for top rail, and that should give us a 40 inch rail.
Building trails with the best.
For simplicity's sake, let them put in those first two boards and then butt the first one up against those two boards. And I'm doing layout on the other ones right now.
Somebody else want to jump in?
Once again, Nate works for the University of the South, domain manager, I believe is his title. Make sure that that huge campus at Sewanee is perfectly maintained. And his kids go here at Montego Elementary School, so you see them bicycling to school and working on projects on trails. So many cool things. Great family. Jess, his wife, is working on the gardening project at Montego Elementary. Teaching her kids the joys of the outdoors.
What you need? Stella, would you go get us some more pencils? They're in that wooden toolbox on the left-hand side. There should be 2 or 3 more.
For those tuning in, this is Make a Difference Day, sponsored by the South Cumberland Community Fund. There are schools across the plateau participating. They each have volunteer projects that the community and the schools can get involved with. Here at Montego Elementary, there's approximately 5 projects they're doing simultaneously. This one is a trail from Montego Elementary School to Montego Ball Field. It's been used in the past, has been overgrown, and now they're bringing it back to life. South Cumberland Community Fund has donated $1,000 to each of the schools, although Montego, being the conservative group that they have, only asked for $600, and it was for building materials for this bridge. You can see it goes high, and then the low spot here is over the creek, and that is what we're creating right now, is the bridge, so that we don't go into the creek.
Okay, that's fine. Just give Mr. Everett one right there. He's got the drill in his hand. I'll give him one that's been sharpened.
There's Nate Wilson. He's in charge of this project. He has created all the materials, made sure that it was quick and easy for everybody. Brought the tools. Brian Masters was the liaison for the project. He is a science teacher at Montego Elementary School, and as we said earlier, scaring the kids for 30 years.
Be careful, okay?
Where'd you come about?
I got one if you need one.
I just need to level this up and down.
I think it ought to probably be squared to the... probably 6 1/2 dozen the other. I was thinking we just square it to the deck rather than level it, since the deck's a little bit off level. That way, as it settles, it'll... Yes, sir.
South Cumberland Community Fund is celebrating 5 years on the mountain. They have given over $750,000 to projects all across the plateau.
If we level it and it settles, it'll look like a job.
I see you. You can go play some friends and go on that creek.
Oh, come on, that'd be half the fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when we move on before we do that.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey.
So I have...
Ooh.
Come here. Okay, come here.
Right now they're creating a railing for the bridge. This has gone incredibly smooth so far, so many thanks to Nate Wilson on pre-planning the project.
Yes, it's in the bag.
And as everybody knows from construction projects, not everybody can do everything at the same time. It all kind of goes into a process. Everybody's pitching in. Okay. There's the man of the hour, Gary Ray. Scoutmaster. Well, God bless you too, Denise. just a reminder, everybody can make a difference. Everybody, in their own way. This is Montego Community coming together for the school.
And on the mark, Mr. Everett back there.
Parents, volunteers, outdoor enthusiasts, all of the above.
You tell me when I'm good.
We're creating a bridge across the trail from the Montego Elementary School to the Montego Ball Field so the kids can walk and ride their bikes after school.
I don't know what I am bad with that. We'll get out of the way.
It can also be used during school time to take the kids on nature hikes,
Well, he's first.
learn about local plants.
Let's give these girls a project. Stella and Kyle, can y'all put the washers and nuts on and get this thing bolted up?
4x4.
If you'll get Mr. Rollins free, as soon as you get the nut and washer on, let him go free and he'll help me do the next one.
I need a 4x4 that says.
I got one here.
Girls are supervising, helping out, making sure we got everything. Love our gals.
No, we're gonna let y'all go ahead and do that. We're just gonna get that little sled over on this side.
Y'all need one. Let me give you one with fewer splinters for the end.
Great project for parents and kids alike. Everybody is welcome. Look forward to hearing the success of other projects across the plateau at every elementary school. The Vista kids, we love Vistas here on the mountain, are all had coordinated at each school. Vistas, for those who do not know, and boy, I hope I remember, volunteer. I'm not going to be able to remember what that stands for, but it is young people that do community projects. They sign up for, I think, a year after they graduate college, and they come into a community. We have several, over a dozen Vistas that are working in our communities, doing excellent work. We love our young people coming over to the plateau and gaining insightful experience as they go conquer the world.
Hey Stella, can we have that square? Can we have that square? We can fine tune within the holes afterwards. May I have it?
I believe Amanda Lyford was in charge of the Montego Elementary School
Now we knew what we
project.
needed. We needed more squares. See that? When we get through, I'll leave this to you, Barry. I've got a big 12 in there. I'll wait.
You'll soon know.
Over there? Over there is really.
Very exciting. It's actually a quick process if you're watching right now. It's pre-planned. All they're having to do is put it together. Kids will be able to enjoy this for generations. Very cool project. There's Patrick Dean. He's in charge of the Mountain Goat Trail. I think they call that executive director. Patrick is a huge asset to this community and the projects. I believe the next project is going from Monteagle to Tracy and then on to Palmer.
That'll be the next one. Okay. Get me on my mark.
Eric's supervising from afar. We're building a bridge over a trail, or actually over a creek. It's going to connect the Monteagle Elementary School to the Monteagle ball field. And we've got a little low spot here, so we need to build a bridge.
Justin, I put it on the wrong line. Let's do it again. It's got to be right here.
Yeah, it is a great trail bridge. I'm telling you, Nate needs his own TV show. He has pre-planned this, pre-cut all the wood, made sure we had all the equipment ready, and all the volunteers are doing is putting it together. Very, very cool. Looks like Gary Ray's putting them to work again. Making sure all the gravel is spread correctly.
Now the girls ought to be able to take their they're still, they got sidetracked. Oh, no, you're right there.
No.
So, Stella, this is your next one.
Yeah, no, Wayne. I think he's doing projects at home.
Yeah, we can.
All right, and what do we cut this one? And
I would space it and skip it, and I'll come back and that way y'all can keep nailing.
okay.
And there's some strap, Patrick. You see those two straps, the 5/4 laying there?
Yep.
You can use those to get your spacing right.
He's traversing the trail or the creek from a high spot. Man, what a beautiful day.
I was worried about losing that driver tip. We hung on to the driver tip left one. Yeah, it's in there. Trying to give me a little more room to it. Well, so that's the only, the porch planning I know about.
No problem, honey.
I only have that one porch tip. So guard it with your life. I did. We got it. You got that one tightened up? All right, you're ready to go. May we switch and get these lined up? These girls can go put their toes in. You will help me with my mark. Stella, would you hand there with the square there?
Oh, Wayne, you're so sweet. I don't know when I'm going to go back. I miss y'all. For those tuning in, we're building a bridge for our trail that is going on from Monteagle Elementary School to the ball field, part of the Make a Difference Day here on the Plateau, sponsored by the South Cumberland Community Fund. every elementary school across the plateau is doing projects. Montego Elementary, I believe, has 5 projects going on. One of the cool things is they're doing thank you letters in the library. Principal Janet Lane is in charge of that, and the kids are sending thank you cards to all of our first responders who make a difference every day. They're also, under the tutelage of Jess Wilson, is doing a garden project, and then they're also cleaning the artwork in front of the building and creating a frame, which is pretty darn cool. This is the fun part. Everybody's got a hammer. Nothing like easing the stress of a day by hammering something. And we've got plenty of hammers. Once again, I'd like to thank all the volunteers that came out today. We've got so many that are doing the different projects. My co-host Misty is having fun over at Colmont Elementary School. I'll be catching up with her later on Morning on the Mountain, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 9 a.m. Be careful out there, Wayne.
Maybe you should,
There's Patrick Dean from the Mountain Goat Trail, being involved in the process. Many thanks to Gary Ray Rose, Brian Masters, Nate Wilson, and the whole crew. Many thanks to the South Cumberland Community Fund for making this possible. Together very nicely. Bob Richards is out there. He'd be proud of this project. Bob Richards was the Greenways and Trails guru for the state of Tennessee for many, many, many years. Helped start the projects, work on the projects over the South Cumberland Recreational Area, State Park. He's recently retired and enjoying life. But he will always be a trail builder. The South Cumberland State Park here in Monteagle and across the plateau is the largest state park in Tennessee with the recent acquisitions. The plateau is home to a diverse ecological ecosystem. And lots of trail building has been going on when they did the reroute for the fiery gizzard. Right now we're doing a trail from Monteagle Elementary School to the Monteagle ball fields, and we're creating a bridge over the low spot here on the creek. And since it's been raining quite a bit, we're back to having water, which is very exciting. Our drought has ended, I believe, but you never know what summer has in store. It's a beautiful spring day. Well, not spring yet, but feels like spring. Sunshine's out. I'd say 50s. Perfect working weather.
We have name tags. I wish I'd kept mine on. Yeah. That's rude of me. Sorry, Fred.
Once again, we'd like to thank the South Cumberland Community Fund for funding the project here, the bridge. Uh-huh.
Pull from. No, I better. Sorry, I better do it. Show me in my head. If I communicate it to your head, doesn't matter how good a measurer you are. It's just my bad communication.
I think Nate's talking to himself.
116, 119. There you go. 56 and a half and 119.
Hope everyone is enjoying their day today. It is beautiful here on Montego Mountain. Perfect for any kind of project, especially ones making a difference here in our community. I'd like to thank all the volunteers, all the people in charge, all the people who put this together, and especially the South Cumberland Community Fund. And of course our vistas. Let's never forget our vistas.
Listen to me. Listen. Okay.
Got real tight. I say, let's just go. We've got half the nail.
When you're building trails, you gotta adapt, bring your tools, and adapt. Oh, look at that.
Stretch your boundaries.
See, when you tighten it, it goes back in the wood.
So exciting.
Did I do that right? No, sir. Nope. Look, the rope's already in. Right there, see? Nope, I didn't.
Oh,
The measurements, the length is right, the measurements are wrong. What do I need to do? That's not very soft. No, I'm about to solidify. Watch, I'm going to let this lay here, so watch your head.
adapt and overcome.
Who's got rubber boots? Girls do.
Of course the girls got rubber boots. They're prepared.
Don't get in the deep part.
I should have brought my muck boots.
Outside. Alright, y'all tighten them. Whoa.
Adapt and overcome. And the railings on. This has gone very quickly. Kudos to Nate Wilson.
Who's at the other end?
We don't want to cover it up before they get that.
Hard to soar like an eagle when you
I wanted it in the middle, but I think I didn't get my measurements right. Now, I was trying to. Hey, y'all skipped some, man. 3/4. What did I do? Oh, I measured off the
You got the...
Yep. This is what I did here. I took it.
Hey, buddy,
I
you
got
come
it. Let it in. Yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing left for it.
Well, you gonna screw them together?
Yes.
That'd be fine.
56 and a half. Let's see it. It'll be this. 55 and a half. So that's it. It's the measurement's right, but one of those things has to come out. There you go.
You cut this off or nothing?
Now again. Check it. 56 and a half. That should be it. So, are you doing the project?
For those tuning in, this is a project for the Make a Difference Day here on the plateau, sponsored by the South Cumberland Community Fund. Right here, we are building a bridge that connects a trail from the Montego Elementary School to the Montego ball field.
Stand there. Let me. You be my holder for a minute. Take this nail right here.
We've spread the gravel. We had a whole team that had volunteered and spread the gravel for the trail. See, it goes all the way up that way. Many thanks to Gary Ray Rose, his Boy Scout troop, and the entire crew here at Montego, the volunteers, and the Vistas for helping us make a difference.
8.5.
Schools across the plateau are participating in the Make a Difference Day.
There she goes.
Parents, volunteers, community members, kids, everyone has gotten involved and jumped on the projects.
Can you start or you want me to start?
Use Jodine's phone number.
Hey, Jody.
You're looking for a project? Come help me here. You can help me.
Oh, look at smoothing it out. I see the team continuing their work. Looks like created a really cool, whatever that is. That's mountain ingenuity right there.
Ready?
Now whether it'll hold both of us.
I'm gonna walk on the other side of it. How come?
Oh, look at it smoothing it out. Really cool.
All right, no. Here, Sam, you're gonna need to continue to hold it. Can you hold it again? Hold it still. I gotta move
He
this
said
bullet
line
over.
up one end. There we go. Good enough for me.
All right. Yes. Did you get that for me?
Amen and
All right. Now, you want to hand it to me? Here we go. I'll get one end of it.
That's what that bottom bar's for.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get over there. I'll come with you. Because we're in need.
Can y'all give us a completion date on this bridge?
About 2 hours.
2 hours. We got crossing with a pretty heavy load here.
We're gonna have to kind of clean that.
I've got a chainsaw. I was going to cut it with a chainsaw, but
Well, for the road department, we're here.
I think it's a chainsaw.
parents here at Montego Elementary putting in some sweat equity. Volunteers, kids, everybody participating. Doesn't always take a lot of money to make a difference.
better. And I believe one. Don't you reckon? Do you think it'd look better if it had a half-inch reveal on it? Just get a reveal on it.
Once again, we'd like to thank the South Cumberland Community Fund, the Vistas, all the volunteers who have made the Make a Difference Day here on the plateau a success. Each elementary school across the plateau has received approximately $1,000 to complete projects they have all thought of.
Yes, this is your baby. Take a look at this. Wait, what is this? Okay. You want us to
Start fixing it now. Start fixing it now so that it will be perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go your way a little bit. How's that?
And that trail looks really good. Excellent job. That started with just mud. This bridge can be used for kids and community members for generations to come. The Mountain Goat Trail, just a little trivia, started out as an Eagle Scout project by Ian Prunty. The Mountain Goat train ran across from Cowan up the mountain at one of the highest grades in America, if not the highest grade at the time, to connect to the coal in Tracy City and Palmer. The train stopped in the 80s and the rails were pulled up, and the Mountain Goat Trail started with an Eagle Scout project by Ian Prunty at St. Andrews and connected from St. Andrews to Sewanee. And then the Mountain Goat Trail Alliance started in 2006. And the Monteagle to St. Andrews leg was finished a couple of years ago. They created bicycle lanes in downtown Monteagle, making it very user-friendly for people to get outside. So many people involved in these trail projects that has brought many, many people of all walks, shapes, and sizes to enjoy the great outdoors here on our beautiful mountain. This leg will connect the Monteagle Elementary School to the Monteagle ball fields.
I never would have noticed it being left-handed, so I knew whichever way it was.
Many thanks to Nate Wilson for spearheading this project, and Brian Masters for being the liaison, scaring kids for 30 years as science teacher here in Grundy.
I'll get the board stretcher out. It'll be all right.
That's the adventure, Nate.
Yeah, I see. Now, let's see if we got the same spacing over here and we can balance it if we don't. So see, that's the problem, but it's not the same here. I'm glad I checked that.
we may finish this bridge in 2 hours. That is pretty darn exciting. It's amazing. Teamwork makes the dream work. How many times have we heard that? Well, right here it is, here at Mont Eagle, and across the plateau, where volunteers come to create things that will last forever. Make a Difference Day here on the plateau, courtesy of the South Cumberland Community Fund and all the volunteers that make it happen. Looks like we are ramping up to finish this project pretty quickly. For those who have been watching.
If you're looking for something to do, we need to mark. We need to break this span in. Let's see, we got 34. One of you teacher types is half of 34. Must be 17. How about making us a mark at 17 on all these posts all the way around? And off the board. Yeah. Whatever you do, just do the same thing. Yeah. And there should be another tape. Check that wooden toolbox. There should be a tape measure laying in it.
And getting the last boards on the bridge. It's like a puzzle. Today is Make a Difference Day on the South Cumberland Plateau here in Mont Eagle. We are doing a bridge project across this cute little creek connecting Mont Eagle Elementary School to the Mont Eagle ball fields. A trail that has fallen into disuse over the years and hasn't been used in quite some time. Bringing it back so that the kids can safely go from the school to the ball field. The project is funded by the South Cumberland Community Fund. They've given away over $750,000 across the plateau on projects that benefit our kids, our elders, our community, and making life here on this mountain better for everyone. We're zooming right along, finishing the last boards of the bridge. We're putting the railings up.
See, Patrick, you were right. It's wrestlers. See, he can ride. I'm not watching anymore. I'm looking at something else.
Beautiful day on the mountain.
That looks good, guys.
There's Brian Masters, science teacher here at Montego Elementary School. Scaring kids for 30 years. I know when I was in school, my favorite teachers were always the hardest. That made me work, made me think. Brian is one of those teachers. We're very fortunate to have so many wonderful teachers here on this mountain that are dedicated to the kids and to the process.
Guarantee it.
Making our kids our leaders of the future. Look at those girls. That's what I'm talking about.
Some apples over here.
60 and a quarter on the short side.
Oh, we got yummies. Look at that.
It's all solid.
There's Patrick Dean from the Mountain Goat Trail. And you know, kids playing in the creek, there's not a better thing to do on a beautiful day here on the mountain. Or as one of the parrots said, catching crawdads.
You can help me right here.
Do a little frogging, a little catching crawdads. Shoot, yeah.
Alright, now, we got the first bottom board is already cut and ready to go in. Would you,
Handing out apples. Very nice. I believe we'll be taking a break at 10 a.m. If I'm not mistaken, we may be finished by 10 a.m. Guess we'll see. Make a Difference Day goes from 8 to 12. Each of the elementary schools have projects going on. This is for Montego Elementary School, creating a trail from the school to the Montego ball fields. Right now we're building a bridge over the water feature here.
hold it while you get it screwed on? Does that work? Where you want to put this? Yeah, they've got it marked here.
You don't have those two, the boards on the
Oh, okay. We'll just hold it for lunch. I'll get my length measurement while he's going to see.
If you ever wanted to know how to build a bridge, I think today's video would be a great example of how to get it done. Nate is the domain manager from University of the South. He is responsible for making sure their extremely large campus is well maintained. All the land involved, ecosystems, trails. His kids go to Montego Elementary School. His wife Jess is doing the garden project over at Montego Elementary School. I'm sure it does. No, thank you. Are you the apple lady? Right?
Where's the table saw?
This is leftover wood from that last Mountain Goat Trail project. The bridge that we never built. Where's the table saw?
Thank you to the town of Montego.
That'll be your last board there.
Again, we're building a bridge from Montego Elementary School to Montego Ball Fields as a part of the Make a Difference Day, sponsored by the South Cumberland Community Fund. And thanks to all the volunteers who came out today. This Make a Difference Day is happening all across the plateau at every school.
We may be more than too short.
And the last, wow. Ooh, can we get that in? Oh, there goes the apple.
It got washed off.
Ooh. Is the last piece gonna fit? That's the question. Look at that.
There's tons of wood.
Look at that.
They're 10 feet long. Go to the sewer plant. As soon as you get in the sewer plant. No, that's the freshwater plant. The sewer plant, if you're going to, you pass Cliff Tops, just before you get to James White's house, where James White lives. You know where Ed Russell's old store is?
Yeah.
Okay, so just past Ed Russell's, turn right. There's a gravel drive. There's a safe way back in the back. Yeah, you can. Once you go back there, look to your left, and there's all sorts of wood, pallets and pallets of wood, and all the way in the back is a full pallet of 5-quarter tin. If we'll pick us up with 3 more boards, that'd be perfect.
I'll do it.
We had our
Stomp didn't work, huh? No.
on this side of the creek that he makes hand ribbon.
It's that last board. It's like pieces of a puzzle. The trail looks beautiful. What was mud is now gravel. Spread out nicely.
This is the board that goes right here. So, mark it 59 and a half. Oh my goodness. 59 and a half. There you go.
Done.
Nailed her. There's your carrot.
Beauty of having a saw.
We gotta let this road go through. Flush, this is the one that goes on the face here. Hey Stella, you wanna help me? That way I can measure the next board.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it had something like mark on it.
Hold that right there. Yep. We are just about out of wood. That's right.
Can you do this for the Bluebell Island?
A little bit more storm flow.
Once they finish the bridge, the road crew, the trail crew can make it all connected. We still have that little bit right there that we need to do.
Don't film me just standing. This is filming him or now.
You're supervising. Exciting to see a project unfold. Something that will be used for generations here on the mountain. Alright, looks like I'm going to be running out of power, so I'm going to say goodbye, power up, and take a picture of the final results. Once again, I'd like to thank South Cumberland Community Fund, Nate Wilson, Brian Masters, Janet Lane, Gary Ray Rose, Town of Monteagle, everyone involved, the Vistas, everyone involved in this project today.
Oh, guess what?
All the kids.
We don't make it work.
Oh, look at him making it work. Alright, I've got my power is going to be off. Thank y'all so much for watching.